Okay. I am His Royal Majesty Udurie the First, the Ovier of Mosogar Kingdom. Udurie is derived from the ruling house. Two of the ruling houses in Mosogar. One is Udurie, one is the other is Uduwaka. I come from Udurie ruling house. That's why I'm Udurie the First, the very first king to come from Udurie ruling house in Mosogar Kingdom. See, my name before I became king are Samson Okiriobo or many. The name Okiriobo has its symbolic meaning. My grandmother had the first child, a girl, second child, girl. Then the first child had a girl instead of a boy. By the time my mother had me, her first child, a boy, my grandmother now said yes. Mosogar was part of the Jesse Kingdom. The former Jesse Kingdom, before Mosogar was created, was made up of three clans, I think. Three sub-clans. The Mosogar sub-clan, the Gere Central sub-clan, and Ojobu sub-clan. See, at the time of installation, appointment and installation of the first king of Mosogar, of Jesse, it was agreed that after the reign of that king, his name then Agbamisa Atanaga. After his reign, it will be the turn of Mosogar to produce his successor. At his demise, instead of Mosogar being called upon to produce his successor, the Gere sub-clan wanted to have a second shot at the ovation. And so Mosogar, feeling very disappointed and unhappy, decided it was time for them to pull out of Gere Kingdom and have their own kingdom. Fortunately, we had a very vibrant, very effective Mosogar at that time in the person of Iboyota Amori, who was in government, and through his efforts it was possible. Of course, he was assisted by other prominent Mosogars. It was possible to get our own kingdom. We got our kingdom, and of course, they zeroed in on me, and I was invited to be their king. Then I just retired from government. So it was possible for me to make myself available to be their king. That's it. Principally farming. Farming, they are farmers and traders. Farmers, mainly farmers and traders. not big time traders, not big time businessmen, but traders of work. But essentially they are farmers. Not the big ones, not the big time industries. We have the palm wine bar something, palm wine bar, built for us by the government. Then we have the Gari market, again built for us by the government. Of course, in terms of education, we have the College of Education, which is government sponsored too. I think that's about all. That's about all. The others are established by individuals, like sawmilling, although we don't have much of that these days. Well, to some extent, we have some fishermen, but not on a large scale. Challenges. Oh, definitely we have first, finance. People have brilliant ideas, business ideas, but the finance to make this come to pass, to practicalize this is a problem. Finance. Then, of course, we have expertise, the skills required to set up businesses and make such businesses flourish. It's not there in the right proportion, the right scale. Skill is not there, and unfortunately, we don't have, foreign interests. We don't have foreign interests. Otherwise, we have very fertile land for agriculture, but we are not making adequate use of such, fertile land for agriculture because of lack of interest from foreigners, who can actually help us, develop the farming sector. It's not just possible for indigenes alone, to play that role effectively. When you have a mixture of foreigners and indigenes, competing among themselves, progress is invariably the result of such efforts. To some extent, I would say, I will give pass mark to government. Government has given us quite our share of development. There's a road that links Mosogar town itself with the hinterland. The hinterland, the outskirts of Mosogar. For example, we have a road leading from here to Ubakele, through Avenogbo, through Bokba, through Oge, and so on. We have that development, and internally we cannot complain too much because the government has given us, has constructed some roads within the city. A number of roads, thanks to Amori, Goyota Amori. He's played a prominent role in this regard. So I would say that by way of roads, although Oliver Truth will always ask for more, there are some of our roads that are in disrepair, badly in bad shape. We will need such roads to be rehabilitated, but on balance, I would say that government has done a lot for us in that regard. That's about roads. Well, education, government has done a lot. We have a College of Education, and we have a number of secondary schools government run. And our student enrollment is high, pretty high for a kingdom like ours. We are not very big kingdom, but we are big in terms of development. In terms of geographical size, I think we are one of the smallest kingdoms in Yoruba land. But in terms of development, we rub shoulders with kingdoms like Okbe, Sapele, Sapele, Uwie, and so on. Yes. So I would say that we're not doing badly. Of course, they do. Fortunately, we have an outfit, the vigilante group. We have that outfit, they help in keeping the Fulanis at bay. We are also very diplomatic, particularly at the level of the palace. We've been able to let the Fulanis know that we are brothers. This is not their first time of being here. They've been around for quite a while, and we've always lived together happily. So why come? You can allow your cattle to graze, but eat our crops, and then you, the headers or cattle rears or headsmen, you rape our women. That is unacceptable. Diplomatically, we've been able to talk sense into them, and so the problem is not as acute as it is in other parts of Nigeria. Not as acute in Mosogar as it is in other parts of the country. Now, Mosogar, like I said before, has very fertile soil. Very fertile, and some companies are trying to avail themselves of the opportunities in that regard. For instance, we have right now a CBN-sponsored project, farming project. Is CBN-sponsored, and what is it? They have acquired in Mosogar several hectares of land. Several. Over 1,500 hectares of land to cultivate cassava. This cassava, I'm told, is They're already ready buyers. Ready buyers from China. See, of course, CBN will not invest, will not just give out their money for the fun of it. See, these ready buyers are from China. And this cassava is not to be eaten. It's to be used for, I've forgotten what they said they used for.
Industrial stuff.
Yes, industrial something. You see, and it's going to, it's going to really boost the economy of this kingdom. See, because it's a multi-billion naira project. See, that is the big thing that is happening to us right now. Like I told you before, we have, say, a vigilante group. See, quite apart from that, see, we have sane politicians, cool-headed politicians, politicians who regard their kingdom as first priority. So whether you belong to party A or party B, see, the peace of the kingdom is paramount, see, in the minds of the politicians that we have here. A big love. So they work together to ensure that there is peace in this kingdom. See, they make sure that the youths are mobilized positively towards positive ends. We have youths here, but they don't misbehave. See, the peace of the kingdom is uppermost in their minds. They work, see, in close collaboration with the vigilante group. See, so there is great synergy between the youths and the vigilante group. So we don't have the kind of disturbances that we have in other kingdoms. So I should count ourselves as lucky in that regard. The investors are inviting themselves. See, because the story of the fertility of Mosogar soil is widespread. See, apart from this one, I mentioned this particularly because it's a huge project and see, huge in conception and huge in expected yields. Now we have other investors like those that have acquired lands for palm trees. See, they have plantations. See, palm trees plantation. There's one, although we're in court with him because it's not meeting all our needs. You see, so we have quite a number. See, until recently, the Hebrew organization acquired quite a large expanse of land in Mosogar. You know, though with the demise of the principal investor, Michael Hebrew himself. You see, there has been a lull in business, some kind of setback. So, but the plantations are still there. See, and we have those coming to us to acquire, say, not a large expanse of land. We call it Jatomus land. They first planted rubber there, but now the place is fallow, huge land. See, but we're taking our time. It's not every investor that comes that means well. So we're taking our time to thoroughly screen their applications instead of jumping to conclusions and say, okay, come. You see, so we are not, we don't lack, see, investors. They disturb us almost by the hour.
Okay.
Yes, we don't lack them. Mosogar is strategically placed. It's strategically placed. What do I mean by that? See, you can access almost every important part of the country through Mosogar. You can access Port Harcourt, Akwa Ibom, Calabar, so on. See, we have a road that links us to all those areas. We can access the other parts of the country. We can access Lagos easily. See, and we can access the northern part of the country. Quite apart from that, see, Mosogars are very proud people. They are small and big. Small in size, but prodigious in terms of, in the way they comport themselves. See, possibly because they are geographically small, they want to excel in conduct. See, that is what and how we are. We are not noisemakers, but we like to be fed. See, by our neighbors. So, see, because of that, see, we are respected, our neighbors. See, we are the respect of this. We are robots. See, well, maybe an additional fact is that Mosogar appears to be the first kingdom, I'm sorry to say this, to have a top civil servant as their king, retired civil servant at federal government level. See, I don't want to mention my rank. I will be blowing the trumpet too much. You see, so we are unique in that sense. The way we comport ourselves, we don't, although we are geographically small, see, we want to be seen and felt as big.